Good evening, truthers. RockTruth Radio is a cross-cultural response to the economic climate and social crisis of today. RockTruth is designed to serve the physical need of fallen man while serving the spiritual need he didn't know he had that impacts, affects, and infects generationally. RockTruth seeks to inspire, enlighten, and highlight upcoming and established local kings and queens of character while promoting Black consciousness and awareness of who we are and to whom we belong.
Welcome to the show, everybody. How are we, fellow truthers?
All right.
Hey.
That's what's up. I just want to add, we live in a society today where truth, even before our very eyes, is consistently questioned, criticized, and altered to fit a person's ideology of God's original intent for the kingdom and for mankind. We believe that the Bible, our kingdom constitution, is inspired, infallible, inerrant, and the final authority for all. RockTruth is founded on He who is the original point of reference for all things to come through eternity. And I see we got Coles on that don't look like he had a boost.
You would bring him in.
He's on the good network today.
I want to clown him a little bit before we come in. Hey,
why are y'all messing with that, brother?
Because it's perception box gonna be messed up. How's everybody's day today?
Marvelous.
Amazing.
Pretty good.
That's what's up. We have it is a packed show today. I was hoping for Miss Dr. Finley to come back on and give her last remarks before the election and stuff, but she wasn't able today, so I just added her to the flyer. But we do have Coles with us again today, and he's also with the Dean's World, which is a podcast that they started about
Dean's World.
Education. Party time.
Excellent. That was my show.
Y'all silly.
Hey, we watching that as soon as we get off the show, ain't we?
I swear. I love Wayne's World. Cut it. Yeah, go ahead and bring him on in. We got D'Angelo Coles with Dean's World. Hey, D'Angelo.
I can hear you. Say that again, because you know what the phone doing already.
Give it to him.
It's just not coming through clear enough. It seems like everybody's talking at the same time. And I'm not sure if you actually hear me clear, but when you guys talk, I don't hear you clearly.
Yeah, we hear you real clear.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we hear each other just fine.
He just got a delay on
that's neat then.
Yeah, so go ahead if you could publicly announce again the service you're currently connected to. Look in the camera.
Next tell.
The next time.
All right. The church.
I don't think it's rising.
Right.
Put it in the chat. And then I can answer it.
I'm doing it right now. You looking?
Boost.
Nobody says it better. Nobody says it better. How are you doing?
I'll log on from my computer too.
Okay. Can you hear us? Okay.
I don't know what it's
Wait a minute, y'all. I'm about to freestyle.
He's closing a lot of browser windows.
I'm about to freestyle today.
Okay. Either that or he's sending us more code or something like that.
Because we all like, what you got?
What you got? You're sending us a signal. Like,
We the pettiest bunch of people ever.
We definitely looking away with anticipation.
Oh my God.
You could tell we've been under the father.
Oh my goodness.
I guess we got all day. You know, go ahead, love it.
Today.
Hey, we here till 7.
Yeah,
Man.
I said, you know, I mean, we here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Eastern time. It's 6 o'clock here.
Right.
Because Avo looked at me like, we here to what time?
Right.
No, we here to.
You know what?
6:05 here.
Seriously, between Avo and KT, y'all seem to be disappearing. Is this like a Halloween trick? What is happening?
No, well, with me personally, I have a background here now. That's RockTruth's background.
I love it. It looks good. I see it.
Thank you.
I see it.
You know, I'm trying to be all the way in with it. You know, I want the professional look and everything. So since I don't have my banner yet, and I'm gonna order me a RockTruth banner with the fist, then you know, I'm just going ahead and throw me a digital background up. Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Will.
Oh, so he the only one to get the digital background?
Hey. Look.
Thanks, Will. Thanks, Will.
You don't have a blue screen. You don't have a blue screen, young lady.
Hey, I'm gonna watch me get one.
You're gonna watch.
You want a blue screen?
Right. Yes, I would like a blue screen.
We want to get the upgrade.
Right.
I got a blanket.
Can you hear us?
I got a blue blanket. Will this work? Can I just like drape that?
Yes, it will, because that's what I'm using, a blue blanket.
Yeah.
See? You gotta use.
Lord have mercy.
Y'all remember that?
Stop it.
Y'all remember that?
Brother Cole.
Yes.
Chirp. Send me your chirp real quick.
Right. Next time.
Brother.
That's what you still had the page to go with it.
Okay.
You had.
There we go.
Wow.
Wow.
Now we good.
Oh, okay. That's what all the clicking was. He was switching over.
That's what it was.
Yes. Well, welcome back to the show.
Now we good.
There we go.
Welcome back to the show. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
That's what's up. You know what, brother? I honestly want to just take the rest of the 20 minutes to just talk about whatever it is you want to talk about, whether it's the deans, whether it's the campaign you're running for. I want you to use this time wisely. Personally, I can always bring the deans back. I would rather you talk about your, the things that are important in this time. So.
Well, last night we actually did a public forum. I put together a public forum for all the candidates to come out and speak on their platform as far as school board at large. And it was out of 9 members, only 4 showed up. 2 of them have declined. 2 of them did not respond. And 1 of them had a prior engagement. So that took away 5 candidates from the 9 candidates that was actually running. So 4 of us showed up yesterday, and it was a pretty good turnout. It was peaceful. Everybody had a ample amount of time to speak and tell their portions, and everything went smooth. I feel pretty confident with the conversation we had yesterday. I know come the second time, if I'm ever in a position to do another public forum, I feel that I will perform much better. Yesterday being my first time, I was kind of nervous. I won't lie about it. I was nervous at first, but once I got into my groove, I was in my groove. So the elections is November 3rd, once again, for the Chicago School Board election and also the presidential election. So I hope you guys have registered to vote for the presidential election, if anything. Have you guys voted already?
No,
I voted. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I'm not voting.
I forget. I'm bad with stuff like that. I end up forgetting, so I had to do it early.
I had to do it early.
You a woman. You ain't supposed to forget nothing. You a woman. You ain't supposed to forget nothing. That's what they told me.
Well, my ancestors, so join the truth, said.
What do you mean, sir?
D. Hey, you said it was peaceful. You had a meeting. I'm concerned about the meetings that you go into.
Nobody
man.
threw a shoe.
Right.
Nobody speaks to me.
If this was a
You know that
like,
anytime somebody at a podium, a shoe is liable to go flying. So
No, I was prepared to really go back and forth with people, but it didn't turn out that way. So I came with fire, but it didn't lead to me having to use any type of fire like that. So we kept everything so everybody was just in their own little place. But I was prepared if need be. I put it together. So of course I was
right.
It turned out well. Didn't need to do anything extra besides just speak my points and leave everybody else alone. Let them speak their points, and there wasn't no shots thrown. Really.
Right.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
I'm trying to tell you.
You don't want to be caught with your gloves down.
That's it. Come on.
He's like, oh, I know. We was doing
We
that.
got some of the deans here.
Here comes some of the deans. You want to bring them in? Because the
Yes,
screen is about to be packed.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay. There's always
Real interesting.
That's what I love about the kingdom.
My brother.
Hello.
I don't like.
Hey.
Hey, Avo, I don't like the fact that our streaming service pushed me up here with the women and kept all the men. Do y'all see this?
You want me to take you out and bring you back here?
Because my Bible says that he'll make the tail the head. And
you know what?
I was at the end. Now I'm at the top.
Well, what's going on with Mr. Tolliver? What's going on with his picture? Are we waiting on him?
How you doing? How you doing? Good afternoon.
I don't think he got his video on. Yeah.
Okay, coolness. Okay, coolness.
Sounds like he's driving.
Well, welcome to the show, Mr. Timothy Mays. Welcome to the show, Brother Miles Tolliver. I know you, Brother Miles. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
I'm amazing. Well, you guys have the show, Dean's World. Could you tell us about it? The premise, how did it come about and everything?
Go ahead, T.
Basically, it's just the views and aspects of four strong black males that we're trying to do something influential within our communities and in our different expertise where we can reach every kid that we could. So we just came to the drawing board and we just tried to see what the kids need and what the necessities they need and what did we need to grasp towards when we were younger, and we just put it all together and bam, we just came out the lab and we just had something creative and something fresh for the kids.
Okay, that's what's up.
Definitely, trying to touch on the social emotional learning portion of it with them being virtual, and we know working with our children within the building, they definitely battle with certain things, especially emotional things. So putting that show together, it adds that portion to them as well. That way they get to see us in real time. They get to see us be fun and have fun. But we want to definitely touch on those topics that's needed for them to know that we are here if you guys need to talk about these things, especially like Coach Mays. Coach Mays is great at what he does when it comes to some of those students that need that guidance. And I guess I could just let Coach Mays speak on his own.
Go ahead, please, Coach Mays.
Well, basically, I definitely ditto what they were saying. Now being in this pandemic, we're face to face with some issues and even ourselves in ways that we've never been face to face with. And so it's just another avenue that we have been able to create to just talk about these issues and be candid in a way that the kids can relate and have fun at the same time. So we're glad about that social emotional learning aspect of it.
Right.
Because a lot of young people don't know how to handle certain things. And had we had something of this nature when we were younger, it could have helped us out.
Right.
Yeah. I agree.
Let me ask a question. What's the end game on keeping this going? Generation after generation after generation. What's the plan for that game? Keeping up with because a lot of times, man, I've been involved in my lifetime in a lot of community activities as far as keeping the youngsters focused and their heads out of the street.
Yeah.
But I am guilty myself of losing interest after so long. I think the longest I went was a year on a consistent basis. Every day I'm talking on a consistent basis, doing something to encourage the younger brothers not to come get in gangs, not to sell drugs, not to be having sex too early. This was stuff I was working on because I was seeing it was these things that we consider small aspects that had the biggest effects on the young black men.
Yeah.
So my question is saying to you is like, and I'm really asking for help myself as far as my thought process. Like, what is it that y'all got as a plan to not lack or slack off eventually? Now, it don't get boring or, you know, with it being a tedious task or repetitive or something like that, whereas you keep some freshness to it, to where it's always interactive for more generations to come.
Well, yeah, it's a challenge. It's definitely a challenge. With anything, any endeavor, you would want to see the fruit of your labor.
Right.
And when you're not necessarily seeing the fruit of your labor, it can be discouraging because you can be putting like 110% effort into it. But when you're not necessarily seeing the results as you would like, it can be discouraging. But regardless of that, I think that's an ongoing process.
Okay.
So it's good to be surrounded by people of like mind, like interest, where you can kind of piggyback off of one another so that you don't lose some steam.
Right.
So that you can make sure that you're moving forward in that process. So it's 4 of us, 4 different personalities, 4 different ways of doing things, but yet and still we work cohesively together. It's awesome to see how we come together and we enjoy one another's company and working with one another. So I think that's what helps us with the longevity of it, being that we feed off of one another. And even this conversation, just the simple fact that you asked that question, helps us to stay focused and refocused to see there's a need. And when you see there's a need, to just learn how to push through it. So hopefully that answers it.
It just made me feel better about myself. It's a whole more process.
So being discouraged and facing adversity, you know, that's a part of the game. It's just really how we respond to it.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, do you guys already see in a sense of fruit of your labor? Like, do you see any type of results from the students that you all serve?
Absolutely. I believe that not even that, the fact that once we put this show out there and we got busy with it and we became creative with it, the students really gravitated to the point where we want to take this on another level. We want to take this on another level to the radio station, maybe get into other schools. Like, we really want to expand this because now we realize that what we're doing is actually effective, not just for our own community, but for other people around us as well. Yeah. So we actually can go further than what we originally anticipated. And with the team that we have, we're so creative and feed off of each other. Like Coach was saying, man, we really have a great idea here, and I would love to continue to push this into other school buildings. Not just because we can tap Hammond, we can tap East Chicago, we can just tap all type of places with this type of influence that we give throughout our little segments, our TV segments. And more importantly, to keep things alive, we got to interact with the kids because they're going to let us know what entertains them. And if we get an idea of what entertains them, then we know how to implement that to keep their attention. And plus, it keeps us fresh. And it keeps us young, too. So, hey, I don't want to go over.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that point up. That was part of my question. I was going to ask, were you considering bringing in other deans or teachers or, just other adults into this that you created to, add new faces, like probably like guest appearances or even to help bring it to other schools and other areas. So like kind of like not an intern, but like, like a apprenticeship kind of thing. So it's like, yeah, we're doing this, we built this, and then this is how you can replicate it at your school in your area with your students.
That's cool.
Actually, Coach Mays and Dean Tolliver, they've been doing well with getting guest appearances, getting people to come speak on the podcast, just doing some shout outs like Senator Eddie Milton, Coach Braun, I can't think of his name, he made some beats for
Felly the Voice. Felly the Voice, worked with Chris Brown, Michelle K, other artists of that nature. Also, just trying to work on, a lot of people may not know, but in the gospel arena, my nephew is Stan Jones, wrote the Grammy Award winning song for Marvin Sapp. You know, we're just trying to do something.
Okay. That's what's up.
You know, different little shout outs. People would, kind of give us shout outs and send the video. So
yeah. Absolutely. Go ahead, Miss Tanya.
Yeah, I wanted to know, do you find that students or young people are engaging with you more now that most schools are virtual and they are trying to reach out? Do you find that it's happening more now than maybe before?
Yes.
I didn't want to do all the talking.
Yeah. But yeah, I do believe that the students are interacting with us more. It's not going to be the same. It'll never be the same with us having that in-person-to-person interaction. But with us going virtual, we're still able to get a good grasp on them. Like today, for instance, we do advisory, and this is what we do during our advisory. We do the TV show, and students show up for advisory. Even without show, they show up because they still want to have an interaction with us. And it's important that we had an interaction with them. And then to get them to all interact with each other, then I feel like we've done a good job so far. And we just got to keep going forward, trying to keep them positive and motivated to stay interested in school, although that we're going virtual right now.
We also
also, have the students ever wanted to replicate what you guys are doing? Like, have they ever just said, hey, we want to do this too, but from a student point of view or from a kid point of view?
Well, some of them want to actually be on our show, which we find kind of interesting. We're open to it. You know, they want to be a part of what we're doing. And the show it's not limited to just social emotional learning. Of course, that's our focus. But we've really been talking about this election. We let them watch the debates and get their feedback, because pretty soon they're going to be decision makers.
Yeah. Right.
So it's like, let's give you a head start, give you something that we may not have had. We're going to give you a head start in this political world so you can kind of see what it is that you're going to be facing concerning voting and how to register, where to register.
Yeah.
Vote your convictions, listen to what the candidate is saying. I mean, the kids love all of that because this is their last 4 years of so-called childhood before adulthood. So the kids are all for it. They get engaged totally.
And as you know what too, I heard you speaking on it earlier. So which I'm pretty sure that you also have some type of spirituality about yourself, which I'm hoping y'all also telling these kids that they need to call on the Lord in certain instances. And speaking of calling on the Lord, I mean in all instances of what they're teaching, because it's not a Bible class, so I'm hoping that they are including that. But like I was going to say, speaking of calling on the Lord, the phone lines have been open here for a while. If anybody who's viewing would like to call in,
well, let me say this. Let me say this concerning.
Very opportune. Very opportune.
Let me say that. Let me say this. I am a pastor in Gary.
Hey, man.
I do pastor church in Gary. Upper Room Church, 24 Street, in the great city of Gary, Indiana. But being that we are working in a school facility, especially a charter school, we have to be extremely careful how we approach matters of that.
That's what I mean.
Things of that matter, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where we can not deny a kid of that, but we just have to be very cautious how we do that. Use wisdom. Everyone have different belief systems, different things, but I know in whom I trust and whom I believe. But yet to be respectful of other people to the point where that's your decision. I love you enough to pray for you. And see how God works this thing out.
Amen. We got somebody in there, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, I've recently, I want to say here a year ago, just like fully giving myself to God, just to do as He will, and I understand it now. hence the question as if you guys were keeping the thought of God within everything. But I understand exactly what you mean, because it come a point in time where, you know, you have to let God do his own work. You know, understand? So I'm with you on that, brother Mace. I'm definitely with you on that, man.
Well, do you guys have any final thoughts? D'Angelo, I'm sorry. I want you to do a final thought in reference to the campaign you're running, but do you guys have a final thought in reference to the show? Any final messages?
Vote for Cole. Vote for Cole.
Vote
for Cole. That's a righteous brother right there. That's a righteous brother. He's for the kids. He's not about games. And in the political arena, it's a lot of games. Yeah. He's not about them games.
I love that. No, you ain't got. I love that. Yes, say what's necessary, Brother Tolliver.
Yes, ma'am. I got a final message. Vote for the catalyst D'Angelo Combs, because I know that he's going to put the youth and taxpayers first. When I first met Brother Combs, the listeners out there, he's always stood on his word. He's always been accountable. And furthermore, he's always been a strong black man to take care of his kids and other people's kids. So if you need to have a strong voice on that school board that you can depend on and that you can talk to, that can make sure your kids are put in the best position to succeed with the highest standards, to the point where we know that our children can go off in the university and succeed in any way. I encourage you to vote D'Angelo Combs, because he's the man for you. And I know that's right. Great.
Thank you,
come on, brother. I love that.
Give them their flowers while they're here. God giving them the flowers now.
Yes.
Wait. Time to put them on blast. Put them on blast.
Look, is he crying?
I do all the time.
It's not an ugly cry.
But it's tears of joy. It's definitely tears of joy to hear anyone speak on my behalf like that. This politics for me is new, but to come across good people that I work with, that I love, that I consider my brothers, I appreciate you guys, man. I really do, and I'm happy that you all feel that way about me. And like I say to everybody else, I won't let you down. What I do this day in and day out, and I'm really dedicated to my passion. My passion is making sure that our youth grow up and be successful the best way that they can. And we have to find different ways to allow them to grow in their own purpose. I just want to be a light for them. I can't determine which way they're going to go, but I want to at least try to show them which way to go. What's that song Michael Jackson 5 said? Let me show you.
What?
Let me show you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it, man.
You ain't told me none of that.
Definitely, I appreciate you all for having the Deans on your show today. It's not about us, it's about you. We will continue to produce great content, and if you guys ever have any ideas or suggestions that can help add to the show, please feel free to do that. We want to do the best that we can. We're going to continue to move forward, and thank you all for the podcast. What you guys are doing is great, and bringing on different people, and then people of color. We get to talk to people of color with intelligence and dignity. Like, I love it. This is what we need.
Yes. Thank you.
I love you guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Blessings, King. Thank you guys so much. Guys, thank you for being here. We thank you. We love y'all. Vote for Coles. We'll see y'all later. Thank you.
All right.
Peace, brother.
Thank you again.